faster, healthier, better.
Oh shit! Okay, we're live. Nice to have you on the podcast page.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So you're the #1 personal trainer in Newmarket, eh?
Oh my goodness, yes I am.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
So usually with our guests, we ask them what their favorite beverage is, and you said absolutely no vodka.
No vodka.
No?
I don't do vodka.
Okay, so
Vodka
I got rye for you.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna pour some drinks, but can you please explain to the audience your background in personal training, how you got into it?
Yes. Do I look at the camera? Do I look at you? Or do you want me to look?
Well, I mean, it's a little rude if you don't look at me.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No. Go back and forth?
Yeah, we'll talk to all of you guys. So how I became a personal trainer? I kind of fell into it. I went to school for communications and I minored in broadcasting. I thought I was going to be a news reporter.
Oh, really? You know what? Here's a little tidbit about me. Oh, you gotta be a little closer. Sorry, girl. Like my low-key dream, Ryan knows this, my low-key dream when I was like 16, 17 is I wanted to be a Much Music VJ.
That's, I think, I think we all did.
Yeah, I wanted to be a Much Music VJ, so I killed that shit too.
I went a bunch of times too to Much
you?
Music, yeah. Okay. But that's neither here or there. So yeah, I thought I would do that, but then I ended up gaining some weight in university and started going to the gym and fell in love with working out and thought if I can do this, full time, let's do it. So I was an insurance agent, working as an insurance agent, believe it or not. And then I was going to the gym afterwards. So 9 to 5, my insurance, going to the gym, which, is the busiest time, like 5:30, it's mayhem. But I would still do it, work out till like 7, come home. But going to the gym was like my favorite part of the day. And I saw the trainers there, and I'd be like,
what gym did you go to?
Do they deserve a shout out? Okay, I went to LA Fitness.
It's not a shout out. It's just, where'd you go?
Went to LA Fitness. Mm-hmm. And just seeing all the trainers there and even just wearing leggings to work, I thought, God, what a dream would that be? So yeah, while I was doing my insurance, I studied, got my personal training certification and started training at a studio with just my friends. I was still doing the insurance job and then going to the...
Didn't you... Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Didn't you... you did my insurance, didn't you?
I did.
That.
I knew your mom before I knew you.
That's wild.
That is so funny. See, I'm not lying. Yeah.
Because you worked at Cooperators.
Cooperators, right? Yeah. Shout out. Great company. I actually loved being an insurance agent, but... and I thought I was like, okay, I can actually see maybe a future in insurance even, moving up the ranks, possibly being an agent. But I just fell in love with the working out process, with the mental health of it, just everything, physical, mental, everything. So, so I was going to that studio with just friends, not trying to market myself, just with friends. And then from there, I started working at that studio full time. I quit my insurance job. And then good old COVID came around and closed us down. And I had 2 choices. Do I apply to another gym or is this my chance to kind of do my own thing? So I started doing my thing in the summer. And then I thought maybe it'll be a summer thing. And then maybe I'll apply at a gym after that or something with personal training. Mm-hmm. And then, my clients and stuff were like, so what's happening in the winter? And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I better start looking. So I went and I checked out probably 7, 8 different spots, found my spot and opened in November 2020, PGS Fitness Studio.
PGS, I love it.
Shout out to my studio.
So going back to when you were in college, it was college or university? University. My bad.
Yeah.
So why did you gain weight because you were stressed out at school? What was it?
No, I wasn't stressed at school. I love school. I love being a student. I love school. I just...
How's this year, man?
Yeah. Okay. Honey in the back.
All right. Cheers to you.
We get fancy cups?
#1 personal trainer.
Thank
in
you.
Newmarket.
Cheers, everybody.
Not Aurora, because it's me. Okay.
Newmarket's mine. Aurora's yours.
That's
You've
fine.
made that very clear.
That. I'm very cool with that.
Oh, it's just a design. Okay.
Yeah. So this is
it's gorgeous.
So it's a brand or a company called Lucky Shot. Shout out to Lucky Shot. Sponsor the podcast. So they have real bullets in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they're made by I believe former Marines.
Oh my goodness.
So they have different kind of things to incorporate bullets in.
Wow.
I thought it was cool.
That is very cool. It's a good look.
Yeah.
Great look. Well, smooth transition. This is probably what caused me to gain some weight.
Okay. Cheers to that.
Cheers. I just was drinking and partying, weren't we all in university? And I just was eating awful. And you know what's funny? I was slim my whole life, like high school, everything. And I thought, I didn't even know I could gain weight. Like I thought I was one of those people that just, you know, like wouldn't gain weight. I know that sounds maybe a little
Did you play sports?
Yeah, I played basketball, volleyball, cross country, track.
So you're super active.
Yeah, I loved but it was just natural to me. Like I just in the summer I play tennis, I go on jogs, like I just naturally. And then so university came and I stopped all of that. And I just started but you don't notice, you know? And then one day you just, like, you don't notice pound by pound. And so I entered university at 120 pounds. I think I started to really, like, take action. I hit 165. 45 pounds I gained. So not a freshman 10 or whatever that thing's called, whatever.
Yeah.
It was 45 pounds later.
So when you realized that, like, you need to, or you want to lose some weight and stuff like that, how was that journey there? What did you do to kind of progress?
It was a journey. Good question. So my husband always went to the gym. So I was like, let me go to the gym with you. So I went. And I just went upstairs to the cardio. So he would go do his thing, the weights and all that. But it's so intimidating.
He'd get swole.
He'd get swole. It was so intimidating, though. Like, it's packed, first of all, at 5 o'clock. And it's just all the...
Especially at LA.
Right? It's all the... Yeah, that's not where you go if you're, you know, just starting.
Sorry, LA Fitness. We don't go there if we actually want to train.
Yeah. Okay, you said it, not me.
That's fine.
So he would go there. I would just go upstairs. This was my routine. 10 minutes on the tread, 10 minutes on the bike, 10 minutes on the elliptical, 10 minutes on the stairs, done. And then sauna. That was it. And then I was losing weight, feeling good, became vegetarian, but we'll get to that later maybe.
No, we have to now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so what happened with nutrition?
Okay. Well, now I am telling two different stories.
Okay, finish your story.
Okay, we'll come back. So
look at you controlling this podcast. I love it.
It's the communications broadcasting gal in me.
It's okay.
No, okay. But no, only because I'll get distracted. I won't be able to come back. So I was losing the weight, which was great. But then I became so skinny. And so I never really went on the scale. I'm not a scale gal. So I didn't weigh myself. I just go off how I look, how I feel, my clothes, all that stuff. I got down to 115. And I lost my chest. That was fine. But then I lost my booty. And that was not okay. I was like,
Your husband in the background is like, he's not okay with that either.
Like, no. And then I realized, like, I got to lift some weights. So I asked my husband, I said, can I come to the weights with you? And he was so welcoming. He was like, absolutely. The first workout we ever did was a squat with an Olympic bar. I died when he just put it on me. Like, without doing the squat, I died with it on my back. Oh, my God. So he got me the little pad thing. He didn't want to do it reluctantly. He got me the pad thing, put it on. He said, you know what? No, I can't let you do it. Took it right off.
My man.
So I'm there. I'm squirming. We try to do the squat. I think I did the squat. Did I do the squat? I think I did it. I did the squat and I died. Like, my legs were shaking. I remember there was a jacked guy working out next to us, and I know you were a little embarrassed. I know you were. I mean, I was too. I didn't know I couldn't do a squat with a barbell. I mean, I've never tried. So that was like a huge awakening, and I was like, wow, I'm weak. I'm skinny, and I'm weak. And that's really what made me fall in love with strength training over anything. Strength training is my thing. And yeah, that's really how the journey began. So I went from doing maybe a bar, like, didn't get low or anything, just a normal bar.
Yeah, just practicing the movement.
And then, yeah, I got up to, I don't know. I mean, I haven't done my one max in a while, but I hit 250.
Oh, shit.
I hit 250.
250? Ryan, what can you fly?
I hit a 250 with this.
Not 250.
With the spotter.
You always need a spotter, though.
My deadlift, I hit 3 plates.
Oh my gosh.
My bench, I hit 135, 1 plate. So I fell in love with training. I was doing pull-ups. Like, I just fell in love with the strength training of it all.
That's not bad. So, can we talk about the nutrition now?
Yeah, we can.
So, how did the nutrition kind of incorporate into it?
Oh man. So it sounds so cliche, but I watched a video on vegetarianism, how they're slaughtered and everything in Canada. I don't want to get into much. I know I know it's a buzzkill, but I literally was like, let me just try to not eat meat for like a week. So, just to like do what I can for a week. I don't know. That's so silly now that I think back of it. What's a week gonna do?
Yeah.
But I was like, let me just try. It wasn't even for the physical or the healthy benefits. It was really just for like I felt bad. So I went like a week. My last meal was Christmas dinner, turkey. I was like, I'm for sure gonna have Christmas dinner. So that was December 2011. That's the last time I've ever had meat of any sort. So that was 2011. And then my dad, he's Jamaican. He makes this dish called oxtail and rice and peas. He makes it every Super Bowl. So that's February. So I was like, okay, let me hold off till oxtail. Like that's worth breaking my like streak for.
For sure.
For sure. My dad only makes it once a year. It's the best. I get it served out to me. I like try to go take a bite. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I felt, I don't want to say I felt sick, but I was just like, I can't do this. And that was...
Was it, you can't do this because...
I just felt guilty.
Really?
I just felt guilty.
It's not bad.
And that's how it began. I'm not a preacher. I don't like post crazy things. Like, most people don't even know. I don't eat.
Because even when I met you, we talked about nutrition and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, I'm vegan. I'm like, oh, this is a nice vegan. We met a nice vegan here.
Right? I don't
you're not judgy. You talk about it if somebody asks for it. You're open to an honest conversation. Even you and I talked about like Cameron Haynes and stuff like that, like how that process is, and you're very honest and open about it. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. I know. There's a lot of vegan, vegetarians, and everything with a bad rep. And
what do you think about that, though? What do you think about those people being a little aggressive?
I get what their intent. I get their intent, but I think that's it's a turn off. It's not the right way to send the message.
So what do you think the right way to send a message is?
I don't know. Maybe just talking amongst your friends and just, if they ask you why, maybe just telling them why as opposed to, or maybe posting reasons why you are. But I think posting shameful things, like shaming people for their choices, you lose before you even start.
Yeah, well, shaming in general is...
Exactly.
It goes nowhere.
And like,
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. My dad eats meat, right? So my mom's vegetarian. No, she's pescatarian, sorry. So she eats fish. My brother's vegan. My other brother, I think, eats fish. And my sister does her thing. She eats whatever she wants.
But she's me then.
Yeah. So, and I love them just the same. You know what I mean? So I can't like shame. I mean, I tell them like, oh, maybe eat less meat or try a meatless Monday. But I'm not shaming anybody for their choices.
I appreciate that. So with being a vegan, do you find that you need to supplement a little bit more when it comes to some vitamins?
I do take some supplements, but I do okay nutrition wise. I'm good at getting in my beans and my proteins. I will say when I started, I lost a bunch of hair. I actually... Oh,
really?
I did.
But is that also just stress on you, stress on your body?
No, honestly, I think I was just iron deficient. I was low protein. Like I said, I was skinny. I was weak. I was frail.
When you started like the vegan process, was there like, did you look up a YouTube video? Did you try to find like anybody? You're like, no meat.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
it.
Just gonna do it, learn it, and just do it.
So people who want to or thinking about going vegan right now, what would you suggest is like a good way to slowly get into it?
Definitely the meat alternatives, which weren't really there when I became vegan. So like the Beyond Meats, the Light Life, like you can go to the grocery store and these things look like ground beef. They look like chicken burgers or beef burgers, and they're vegetarian. I've
tried the Gardena chicken.
Gardain. Shout out.
My bad. It actually tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like...
You don't even know half the time. Like, I can serve a friend a vegan sausage, whatever, and I always tell them first, just in case allergies.
Well, yeah, you're not manipulating.
Yeah. But they genuinely don't know. They can't tell. Genuinely. And like, I mean, there's some things I'm like, okay, I know that's vegetarian. But other things, you really can't tell. They do such a good job. For their first 2011, so I would say 2019 is my first time going through a drive-through. Like I hadn't been through a drive-through in like 10 years. But then now there's A&W, there's Burger King, like all these places are getting these veggie burgers, and it's so much easier these days.
Yeah, it's definitely easier
so much
to be a
easier
vegan
to be a vegan now. All the yummy cashew milks and almond milks, like you'd have to go to like Nature's, right, to find all this stuff, which is expensive. It has that rep for just being expensive.
In general, yeah.
You can go to No Frills. You can go to Metro, wherever, and find your vegan options. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And that's why I love that. And I love seeing meat eaters buying it just to try it or just
to see.
Yeah. Or just to maybe just go meatless on a Monday or just, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think it's helping people be more open-minded.
Which is true. And I think that's you're right. That's definitely a good thing to be open-minded in general. So when you started, you said you were losing a little bit of hair. Losing hair. And what else?
I actually put on weight, believe it or not, because all I pretty much ate was pasta because I didn't know how to supplement. Like I wasn't really into beans. I wasn't really into lentils. I wasn't really into like protein shakes or anything like that. Like I'm really big on protein shakes and all of that. So yeah, I was vegan, and listen, that just because you're vegan or vegetarian, that doesn't make you healthy. Right? Like, yeah, you're not eating.
You know what? You said that to me a while when we met, and like, I was like, oh my God, thank God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can be an unhealthy vegan. You can be an unhealthy Look, sugar is not, you know what I mean? You can have sugar, deep fried foods. Like, it doesn't make you healthy. So.
Well, Oreos are vegan.
Oreos are vegan.
And they are not healthy.
But a lot of deep fried things, you know, waffles. Like, I know that's random, but I was like eating random waffles all the time. Like, I don't know why. I was eating delicious. Waffles. I don't know what I was doing. Like, what was I doing? You know, grilled cheese sandwiches at first with the supplement cheese or just cereal. Like, just things that are
random things.
Like,
is this vegan? Is this not
vegan? It's like ridiculous.
So, okay. So at that point, did you start adding a little bit of supplementation then or no?
So I think from there, I think I finally got on a protein shake.
Okay. Which one?
Well, first,
not Vega?
No. First, when I went vegetarian, I didn't go vegan first. So first, I was on like, I don't know, the yummy whey stuff tastes like chocolate milk. Like, you probably know I don't even know the brand. You would know the brand. It's just like the normal. You can get it from Popeyes.
Is it Allmax?
Yes, there you go, right there, like Allmax, all the way.
I know my shit.
There you go. So I did that first, but then when I became vegan, I couldn't have that anymore. So I did Vega, I did all that stuff, but I just like a nice. I did Iron Vegan for a while. But now I just do Veg Essentials because it gets me all my protein, but it gets me all my veggies and all my fruit intakes. And I mean, it's wild. Your kale, your spinach, papaya, mango, everything is in it. And that's what I recommend to like a lot of my clients and everything. But if they want whey, I, of course, will recommend a whey protein. But yeah, that's my main thing. I'm not too big on pills. You know, I take a little bit of collagen, a multivitamin.
You don't take any iron pills? You find you're okay?
No, my iron levels are beautiful. I don't take B12.
Okay,
none of that. I just got my blood work done even like 2 months ago. My stuff is.
So would you suggest that a person who wants to go vegan get their blood work done then?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you should get your blood work done in general.
Yeah, but especially if you're feeling off or feeling just not yourself, definitely. I'm not saying it's definitely not easy, and I might even say it's a little boring cooking at home. Like, this might get a little repetitive, but I'm fine with that. Like, I don't.
Well, it's just structure for you, probably, right?
Structure. Like, I'm not big into, I don't know, crazy meal. I don't know. I don't live to eat. You know, I just see food as fuel. I don't like get crazy.
Me, girl, I love me some food.
Listen, I like to go out for dinner and having nice pasta or whatever, but I like to come home from work. Look, I work till 9 at night, so I come home at 9:30, and that's when I eat. I don't have I don't use microwave, so I don't have one. So I don't bring lunch or anything to the studio. I might bring snacks or whatever, but I'm eating late at night, so I'm not eating like big heavy meals. I'm having some yummy salad or some beans or some brown rice or just things that are filling but not heavy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So when you went on this journey and you committed to it, was your husband or boyfriend at that time? Was he vegan too? Or
no. So
convinced him, didn't you?
Never. See, and that's
she convinced you, bro. You can tell me it's okay.
That's what I tell people. I actually didn't, because I'm not preachy, I swear, even with him. And I can cook. I can throw down in the kitchen.
Okay.
I can cook chicken.
What's the best thing you can cook?
I can cook fried chicken. I can cook any type of chicken, Jamaican chicken. I mean, I can cook. I can cook.
Okay.
But really, chicken is like my thing. I mean, beef I can cook. I've never eaten pork. My dad, he's Rastafarian. He doesn't eat pork. And fish I can cook too. And so when I became vegetarian, I was fine like having like beans and whatever and a salad for me. I didn't want him eating that. I knew he wouldn't like it and
Yeah,
whatever.
this is your journey, and
Exactly. And I was like, and if he becomes it, I don't know what I'm gonna have to start making like actual meals.
Yeah.
So like
Fair enough.
actual, like meals for a man or whatever, So
Meals for a
you
man.
Know, 'cause I know we get a rep for like rabbit food or whatever, but like I eat a lot of vegetables and salads and beans and whatever. So he cut out red meat just to try to be healthy. I don't know. I think we did like a 30-day challenge or something. And then he was eating chicken and I was still cooking it for him and everything. That was
Sweet of
fine.
you.
Thank you. I was cooking for my dad. I was cooking for my family, whatever. I enjoyed cooking. Now I could never. I could never. No. So we went to Hungry Brew Hops and he ordered chicken and he thought it was going to be like chicken wings, but it came like, when you go to Swiss Chalet and you have like a quarter dinner, but it's like the dark leg, like the dark. It's
Girl,
like
I haven't been to Swiss Chalet in a while.
You can get a quarter white or a quarter dark.
Okay.
Like it's like the leg of the chicken.
Okay.
He thought it was chicken wings coming and it was like quarter legs, like 4 like mass, and that was it.
What a man.
And he was like, no, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm not judging.
Boy can eat.
I'm not judging.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't want this. Like he was turned off by it. And then that was it for him.
Awesome.
And that was it. And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And, don't do it for me and everything like that. I swear, but I think when you share a lifestyle, I mean, at that point, we've been together for 14 years. In January, it'll be 15 years. So we just, you naturally just start to share interests, and he slowly wants to start seeing videos and watching what I'm watching, or just, getting a little bit more educated. So it just happened naturally. It was never forceful.
That's really good.
Yeah. I swear. It sounds like I'm lying, but I'm not.
So when you were doing weight training and stuff like that, you can come to the microphone just a little bit closer. Oh, we have a little guest star.
It's your time to shine.
Okay, so I'm just curious from a guy's perspective. When you started doing come a little bit closer here. When you started doing a little bit of weight training and you were becoming more vegan and stuff like that, did you find a little bit closer?
Yeah,
A little bit closer.
I'll come right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You look like you're about to propose.
He already did that.
So did you find that when you were weight training, you're a little bit less energy? How did you feel, and how was that like acclimation towards that?
I think, definitely speaking to what Paige is saying, there was definitely adjustments that needed to be made. I definitely felt tired at first, and speaking to what she was saying, we both noticed changes to our physical appearances and things like that. So I'd say, definitely felt more fatigued. And at the time I was actually doing powerlifting in college.
Oh my gosh.
So it was it came hand in hand pretty quick. So even the guys I was training with did notice I was, a little more tired on heavy days and things like that. So just like she said, finding the right protein shakes and things like that and just getting them into us more often. So that was the big one for me, I felt.
Is there anything you miss?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings? Is there, what about you?
Ditto.
Yeah.
Chicken wings?
Chicken wings.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. That's interesting.
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for that perspective. What did I want to go on? So basically what I wanted to ask after that is, when it came to you becoming a personal trainer, I love hearing and asking these kind of stories, because I don't think people understand how hard it is to sell personal training, because you're not a saleswoman, but at the end of the day, in order for you to pay your bills, you need to become a saleswoman.
Exactly.
And it's kind of rough, because I feel like you and I are very similar. When somebody wants, when you have to ask for a little bit of money, or you're like, oh, pay the bill or whatever, you feel bad in general, let alone
Totally.
Personal training is not cheap.
Exactly.
But it's 100%, it's 100% needed, rewarded.
Yes.
But it is would you call it a luxury?
That's what I was gonna say. It's a luxury.
Is it a luxury?
In fact, and that's the dangerous part of training, right? Because physio, chiro, that's all.
Well, the problem is
benefits.
It's okay. So the problem is chiro, physio, that's all can be written off.
Exactly.
But personal training is not there yet.
That's why I kind of feel like it's a luxury, So when people are trimming the fat, trimming their bills, seeing how they can save money, training is the first to go. Not physio, chiro, the dentist, all the things that you need. Not even your hair. Girl, people will get their hair.
Were you about to call me girl?
No, I was going to say girls will get their hair. Then I thought guys get their hair done too, maybe, right?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Our
I didn't want to be
expensive
sexist.
now.
That's true. That's true,
$60.
actually.
Worth it, though.
I do my husband's hair now because of
really?
the COVID, and I
shit.
do
That's
the
why
whole.
his beard looks so
I
nice.
do the whole fade, and anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the
Is it
first
luxury?
to go. I think it's a luxury. Although you're not doing it to be vain, you're doing it to live healthy and longer, but it is a luxury.
So I love hearing this. Like, what was, because every successful personal trainer has a bit of a grind story.
Yeah.
So what did you do to try to get some clients?
Oh man, so it's funny, when I was doing my insurance job, I started my outdoor boot camp. That would have been, I don't even know what year that would have been. So I was going from the insurance job to the outdoor park. Like I was done at 5, get there for 5:30 or 5:15, set up, whatever, start at 5:30. So that was just through a lot of like Facebook posting. And at that point, Instagram, I don't think was even a thing, because I don't even know if Instagram was out, or if it was, it wasn't like
super early.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. So it was just a lot of word of mouth, trying to tell my friends. I had a website.
So you went through the
I
whole,
did
whole
through
nine
that
yards.
whole. I had a website. I think I got like 2 or 3 clients through there, but it was mainly through probably Facebook and probably just like word of mouth. Like,
Who was your first client? Can you name them?
yeah, Lindsay Saunders. She's still with me till this day.
I was gonna
baby.
ask you. Hey, shout out to Lindsay
Shout out to
Saunders.
Lindsay. Oh,
Is that Saunders sauce?
Saunders sauce, baby.
I know
She's
Saunders.
gonna like freak when she sees this.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Saunders sauce.
So she found me through my website, and
sweet.
so she emailed me, whatever, and that was my first client. I brought her to the studio I was at, and she was my first client.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
So when did you start realizing that I can make a career out of this?
That's a good question. I think when I finished my day job, I was always so excited to get to my second job, which was training. And I was waiting for that to like wear off, because I just did 9 to 5. I'm tired. I want to whatever. But I just like kept being so excited to go and work just 3 hours a day, 6 to 9. So I was 9 to 5 and then get there 6 to 9. And I realized like, I love this so much. Like, if I can make this a thing, amazing. The studio, the owner of the studio then hired me from there. Like, she needed someone to work for her. A girl that was there previously had quit. And so she had asked me, and it all happened so fast. And I thought, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And at that point I was living at home. I didn't have a mortgage. I had car payments, but that was it.
You could make that risk.
I could
you could
take
make that jump.
risk a little bit. Right. And so, so that's really what happened. And then I started there, and that's really what it was.
So when you started building your clientele and stuff like that, because we both know the owner of that studio.
Yeah.
What did they say about Voldemort?
She who must not be named.
That we'll do that right now.
Shout out Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I'm a big Potterhead.
Yeah? Did you watch the new Fantastic Beasts?
Oh, baby.
Did you like it?
Oh, yes.
It was missing Johnny Depp though.
You know what?
Justice for Johnny.
I didn't mind. But
He was
Justice
good.
for Johnny, I do love Johnny.
Justice for Johnny, but he was good.
He was good.
But I believe Johnny would have been more. I would have believed the love a little bit more.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, we're going to the Cursed Child.
Are you gonna go to that?
Oh yeah, we're huge fans.
Really?
Yeah,
This guy's like, yeah.
I've read every book. I've watched every movie. I'm just a huge fan. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sorry.
Shall not be
Yeah.
named.
Yeah.
So when all that, because we were both there at the same
Yeah, that's
time.
how we
'cause
met.
That's where we met. I was freelancing there, and she sucked.
Yeah.
So when she decided not to have that place anymore, and then you started doing your own thing.
Yeah.
How scary was it for you to? Because did you sign a lease in that place where you are? So where are you exactly?
So I'm at PGS Fitness Studio, which is at Yonge and Davis in Newmarket. So you see the Master Fitness Plaza. I'm in a unit in there. So I have my studio in that building. So that, and at this point, so we moved in August 2019. The pandemic hit March 20. The studio closed March 20. I went virtual from March to April. And then May, I started going outdoors, doing my boot camp again. And then, so May, June, July, August, September, all of October, actually, I went to, was all outdoor. But I didn't really have that many personal training clients at that point.
No.
So when my girls and some guys, shout out to my guy clients, my boot campers. But when my clients were like, what are we doing in the winter? I felt like I don't know if this is a risk I can take. I have a mortgage. Like, I think I might need to either go to a gym, or part of me was debating, do I go back to insurance? Do I go back to corporate, 9 to 5?
Yeah. So before we get to that point, when you left and you had to go online, you've never done online before.
No.
Right? So personally, I didn't do it.
No.
I didn't like it. Even the idea of it.
Yeah.
So kudos to you to doing
Thank
it.
you.
So how, like, going into that process, how'd you feel about it? And then how was it in that process?
I knew that all my clients would not be more as excited for virtual. And I think that when you accept that, you're not trying to like kid yourself, right? I just went Googling like crazy, at-home workouts with no weights. And I just was writing things down all day. I'm looking at things. I'm saving videos. My mind is going all the time. How do I make this fun? How do I make this challenging still? Because everyone's used to strength training. Everyone's used to weights, all my equipment. How do I make this something that people want to log on to every day, pay? I lowered the fee for virtual, but still pay. And I think that a few of them were worried, but as they did it, they were like, oh, okay. This is good. I'm still getting a sweat on. We all have our Apple Watches. They're still seeing their burning a ton of calories.
Hitting their rings.
Closing their rings, and really seeing like, okay, you know what? Let me just do this until the studio is open, or until there is a studio, or until I can go outdoor. And so it was a little bit weird at first. I think even I was probably like not the best maybe at first.
Well, this is the first time like all personal trainers really like were in this, well, except for me, but where you guys were like in this together in the sense of like we all have to adapt to this new thing. So it was
adapt,
very
that's
fresh,
keyword. It was so much adapting.
Did you feel like you had to give a lot more of, because you're a very energetic person in general?
Am I?
You are. Yeah, I remember when
I've never been told that.
Yeah. I remember when I used to train and you were so lively, and I would look back and like, I think I asked my client, who's your friend Stacey, I'm like, is that shit for real? She really like that?
It's for real.
And Stacey's like, yeah. She's really
Hell
like that.
she
if
is.
more.
That was a toned down version of me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So did you feel like you had to give so much more because like you can't be there, you can't talk to him, no eye to eye, really. It's all like a screen, right?
Yeah.
So you feel like you had to do a lot more.
I'm trying to pump it up, and good job, Lauren. Good job, Kate. Like I'm still trying to motivate them, like if I were there, but it's not the same, and I totally know that. So yeah, going virtual was definitely a challenge, but I mean it worked because I actually earned a lot of clients that I don't think I would have ever gotten to the studio.
Oh really?
Believe it or not, yeah.
That's wild.
I had a nurse client do the virtual, and so she tells a nurse, and she tells a nurse, and then this teacher tells her teacher, and they tell and it's word of mouth is definitely my biggest. It's
the same thing for me. I'm more of a referral kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Person. So when I got to open the studio, I met all these people in person that I had trained for months virtually.
That's crazy.
But I felt like I had known them.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hey, girl, hey!" But I had just met them for the first time in person. So, in a way, virtual was like a blessing because I really think because I could charge a lower price, so I could entice a little bit more people. That they're like, "Oh, this is virtual. What's the real thing like?"
Yeah,
and
that's
they're
fair.
willing to pay.
They see the value of what you can bring now, right? They know you now, and they're like, "Oh, Paige can bring this."
Yeah. So virtual really helped me to build my clientele, and I lost, but I gained.
Yeah. So when you started doing the boot camps outside, right?
Yeah. Hot.
Yeah, it was probably really, really hot.
Hot.
So at that time too, there were like different rules for like boot camps. Because it was wild back then.
We had to stay 6 feet apart. Can only have 9 because I'm the 10th. And so literally it's everyone working out. I'd obviously give everyone sanitizer, but it's everyone working out and me running around like a mad woman with my spray, rubbing everything, sanitizing. Like I didn't want one outbreak, and knock on wood, I haven't had to close my studio because of an outbreak.
That's amazing.
Have
you got COVID?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm like in the minority for that.
Unicorn.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ooh, how did it get you? Was it okay?
Honestly, I didn't even know I had it.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of woke up at like 2 a.m. I was like, that's kind of weird. I feel kind of shitty. And then I think I had like a Neocitrin or something like that, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I went back to sleep and I was fine. And then I had to take a test because I can't remember because I was seeing somebody or whatever. And they're like, oh, do you mind if you take a test? And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm positive.
Oh my God.
And that was it.
Wow.
So it was fine.
See, it's because you're so healthy. That well, maybe I shouldn't say that.
No.
But
You can say that.
okay, thanks. Yeah,
It's
you're
'cause
so
I'm so
healthy. You just fall it off.
And yeah,
But
it was wild.
luckily I've never had it. So I just was sanitizing like crazy. Every station had sanitizer. I had rags like crazy, wipes like crazy, and I'd get there at 4:30. I had 5 o'clock and a 6 o'clock. It was so hot. Oh my God! But I would lug out all of my equipment. And do our thing. There was a splash pad nearby, so like everybody would run through the splash pad after.
Oh shit, that's cute.
Yeah, it was cute. I didn't plan for that. I was like, oh, and then I made it seem like that's why I chose that park.
Okay,
you know,
okay. Smart
for them. But yeah, so it was different going back to being in a studio and then going because I started outdoor and then I was like, I made it. I'm in a studio now, and then now I'm going back outdoor. I'm like, oh. You know,
did you feel like you were regressing?
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, I felt
and it was a lot of like
forward.
Yeah, and it was a lot of like, what's next? Oh my God! Like, I was like, what is next? Like, what am I gonna do? And I was thankful it was summer because I could go outdoor. But then I was like, what am I gonna do in the winter? Do I become an in-home trainer? Again, do I go back to insurance? Do I apply to gym? What do I do?
Okay, so after a little bit of the boot camps, do you want more ice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, when you were going back to boot camps and stuff like that outside, how did you find the place at? What is it? Master Fitness? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's.
How'd you come across that?
I was just Kijiji. I was on Craigslist. I was asking people, and the studio that I got is not the studio. Ooh, free ice. The studio that I got is not the studio that I looked at. No. So there was another studio that was in that building.
Go on.
There was another studio in that building, but it was way out of my price range. Like being that I didn't have a big clientele at this point, and I really only had my boot campers at this point. So I looked at one. It was decked out. It was turfed. It came with flipping tires. It came with It came fully stocked with equipment. It was double my size and double my length, and it was triple the rent. And I was like, you know what? I just wanted to come see this in person because the price wasn't listed. That's why. Because I was like,
sons of bitches.
That's why. So I went to see it, and it was gorgeous. And then he told me the price. It was a 1,600 square foot place, and he told me the price, and I was like, oh yeah, no, because now at this point I have a mortgage. And so I was like, no. And then he said, well, you know, I have a smaller place next door, which is cheaper if you wanted to check it out. So I went and I checked that out, and it was just 4 walls. One wall was full of mirrors and ugly blue flooring, and that was it.
Ugly blue flooring.
Ugly, disgusting blue flooring. And I said, done. This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. Because I knew, like, yeah, it's 4 walls, but it's like, it's the love that I'm going to put in this place. And so I got the flooring in, I painted, put my wall decals up and all that stuff. And even still, yeah, it's just a place with 4 walls. It's not a huge square footage or anything.
It's your 4 walls.
But it's my 4 walls, baby. You know? It's my home. It's my paradise. I get there, I turn the lights on, and I'm still like, I can't believe this is mine. I close up at night, I'm vacuuming, I'm mopping, and I'm like, I can't believe this is mine. Whereas opposed you're at another studio, you're mopping and stuff. You're like, why am I mopping someone else's studio?
Yeah, I want this place.
Yeah, you know? Like, and now it's like, it's mine. I'm cleaning the mirrors. I'm like, these are my mirrors. You know? Like that price it still hasn't worn off. And it was November 2020 I opened. I mean, open, close, open, close, open, close.
So how was that?
That was tough.
So when you open up, hey, let's go shopping, let's go get something, and then it's like, by the way, we're closing down next week.
Yeah.
How'd you do
So I opened November 2020, and then when was that next lockdown? It was December. Because remember, they didn't want people like gathering for Christmas and stuff. So
even though everybody did.
Everybody did. So we had like that. So I was open for like not even a month, and I had to close, and I thought, oh my God, I knew opening in a pandemic is a risk. I know that.
Yeah, which is kudos on you for doing that, to be honest.
I know that's a huge risk, but I negotiated my contract terms. I knew that I would be okay if there were lockdowns, but it was more just like, I'm okay if I don't have to pay rent, but now what about paying my mortgage? You know? So anytime we closed, I just went online. And I didn't even make it an option for clients. It's you're going online and you're going to pay less, but you're going online. And whether you want to join or not, that's fine. Like if you want to attend the Zoom, but your membership is still going to go and you're going to be online. And so I converted to online. And then when did we get to open? I don't know, Easter. I don't even know. It's also, I don't know, March. I think we closed January to March. Then we opened for a month or two. Then I closed for a few months in the summer. Then I opened, I think, in June again.
How's your landlord with all that? Was he?
He's really good.
Yeah,
he's really
so
good.
You're blessed. You're lucky.
I mean, I'm not stupid. You know, I never would have opened up without a COVID clause.
Especially now.
That's just silly. And so we put a COVID clause in there. So I was covered. But it was still like, okay, but I need to make income. I still got to hit this mortgage. And my husband, you know, he makes good money, but it's not fair. I didn't want to burden him with all of that. And we got the bills and I have my car payments and all the stuff that I do on my own. So going online, I mean, what a blessing. There are so many careers, so many jobs that you cannot go online with.
That's true.
Right? So I went to Zoom and honestly, I was able to still be financially afloat.
And did you find that like everybody was consistently super loyal to you? Because you're
my clients are the most loyal members in the world. They're so loyal. I love them. And it's a genuine love. I'm genuinely like, I'll be on I have the a scale where they all weigh in and whatever, and I can see their body fat and all that stuff. I'll be at home. I'll be with my husband. We're watching a movie. I'll like quickly be on the app, just checking like everyone's body. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just checking everyone's body fat, just making sure like I'm seeing downward trends. Like I'm so invested that it seems like an act almost. Like how can someone care so much? But I love them. I love my mamas. I have mamas. I've got grandmoms. I've got 70-year-olds. I have 16-year-olds. Like I have
a whole range of people.
Whole range.
That's awesome. So,
whole range.
With your space too, because I see that you do like Christmas we
have a Christmas
gifts.
party.
Yeah, you make it
Secret
really
Santa.
I was a little jealous. I'm like, I want to be part of that crew.
I had one of my members had a baby, so we threw her a workout baby shower. I'm having all my members up at my place. I live, I'm 4 houses down from the beach. So I'm having a big PGS Fitness members party at my place, barbecue and all that. And honestly, like, I think if you were to ask me, like, what am I most proud of? It's probably not my studio. I think it's more like the community that I've built. And I don't even want to say that I've built because we've really like built each other, but the community, I mean, I see all the girls, like they all follow each other now on Insta. We're all Apple Watch friends. I mean, like I've like 7 of my members have gotten an Apple Watch because of.
Damn, you should be sponsored by
like
Apple.
Apple Watch. Come on, Apple.
Come on,
like,
Apple.
Because
come on, Apple.
Come on, you know you want to do it, Apple. They all compete and they all want to see, and they'll do a boot camp. Oh, what did you burn? What did you burn? And even though it's not a competition with each other, it's motivation.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with a little friendly competition, though. That's okay.
So we all just like motivate each other, empower each other. We laugh together. One of us like my client that had a baby. It's like we were all having a baby. My one client is just going through a breakup. We're all going through that breakup. You know, like
that's awesome.
We're just. It's really a community.
Together.
And it sounds like I'm saying women, and I don't want to come off like that because I do have a few men.
Yeah. Are they having babies?
They're not having babies,
okay.
but I think I naturally just appeal more to women.
That's okay.
But we are a community of men and women. But
well, it's hard to be honest. It's a little controversial, but I don't care. I remember one time I was telling again back to Stacy, one thing I appreciate about you is it's very, very, very hard to find a good female personal trainer nowadays because there's a lot of personal trainers.
I don't know how I feel about that. Really?
This is the reason why.
Why?
Because people like you are gems, but there's a lot of people now because of Instagram who know how to work out their body, have a great booty, and they think they can do that for other people. Right? And they rely on what they look like to train. But
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
With people like you, like you learn, you try to put in knowledge, you try to teach them good things, and you're not trying to get Instagram clout or whatever. You're actually trying to. I've met
That's true.
very few female personal trainers who not only look great but try to teach their clients as much knowledge as possible and try to constantly learn. It's at the end of the day, it's very rare. I think. You can disagree with me. That's okay.
At first, I was like, but I do see what you're saying. I've really like tried to not let this industry sexualize me because you see that so much, right? I mean, like, there's one thing working on a sports bra, leggings, whatever.
I do it all the time.
When I'm alone, I do it. When I'm at the gym, whatever. I even if I'm hot, I take my shirt off, whatever.
Same.
But but see, it's not sexual if you do it. Well,
I make it a little sexy.
Depends on how you take that shirt off. Is it slow mo?
That's right. A little pony on, but whatever.
But there's a way to go about it, and I don't work out with makeup on. I don't work out. I don't train with my hair down. The girls will see photos of me with my hair down. Or before they're coming in with my hair. Oh, you look so nice. I'm like, oh, it's because my hair down. Like full faces is makeup. And that's what I saw a lot at LA and at different studios.
But this is what I'm trying to say is because
I do see what you're saying in that aspect. I do.
And to argue a little bit about it about that too, like for guys, I've seen tons of male personal trainers who have amazing physiques but have no idea how to be sympathetic, how to come across as like I'm here to care about you and train people, right? The problem now is like to be a personal trainer is like to have a great Instagram account now. And I don't like that because back in the day,
it's so true.
Back in the day, it was about really, really doing like for me, I try to tell all my clients balance. Okay, balance. I work out hard, but I like to have drinks. I like to eat good food.
Same.
You know what I mean? And I have my balance.
Same.
Eat my lean meat.
Look at us right now, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I eat my
it.
lean meat. I have as many veggies as possible. I go for my runs and stuff like that. That's me, right? But I find that right now it's like, who has like 10,000 followers, who is like 5% body fat. And it's like, sure, that guy or that girl looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for them. But can they do that for the client?
Right.
I don't know about you, but my clients, they don't give a shit about becoming 5% body fat. They just want to be healthier, feel better about themselves, right? And that's what's important. Not get into this crazy body fat.
Preach.
So that's what I'm trying to say. It's just like, and I find with females, it's almost worse because exactly what you just said. For females, it's easy to be a personal trainer sometimes because if you're sexualized, it's like, yeah, a girl will be like, oh, I want to look like you, right? But like, if they provide the knowledge and they can really learn and if they are sympathetic, those are amazing personal trainers. Like, I'd even argue that like that place that you were before, you were 100 times better trainer than that person.
Well, thank you.
Right? Because one...
That means a lot. But look, I mean, I know that most people don't know who we're talking about.
Some people do.
But the difference in physiques even, right? Like I'm slim.
And lifestyle.
And yeah, but it's funny.
We all know, but it's okay.
So anyway.
No,
I see what you're saying.
But
totally see what you're saying.
Lifestyle, and it's just, you're not fake with what, like she...
Well,
would say stuff and do something, but you were super, super honest.
Yeah.
You're like, girl, I'm going to a girls' weekend and we're having a ton of fun.
You know what? Balance is so key. Balance is so key. Sometimes my clients will be like, what do you think about a cheat meal? And I'm like, I don't do cheat meals. I do balance. You know what I mean?
It's not normal for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that you said that because it's super true. Balance and just living a balanced lifestyle, healthy when you most of the time, but indulging, you know, enjoying. And I do that, you do that, and we're fitness professionals. You know, we're fitness professionals.
I love it.
Yeah.
So with the studio, what have you? Because I don't know if anybody knows, but you're the #1 personal trainer in Newmarket. How did that come about?
I don't know. Okay, so I was
that like a goal? You're like in your head, I
didn't know it was a thing.
I kind of would love to be this.
Okay, so I didn't know it was a thing.
Okay,
I didn't know that the York Region Reader's Choice era band, like I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
And then I just got a DM on Instagram being like, hey, I nominated you. It must have been one of
like one of your boot campers?
It must have been, I think it was a personal training client. Because I have, it's funny, like I can post more of my boot campers because they're doing their thing and I can just film, right? But it's harder for me to post my personal training clients. And you know, personal training, they don't want to really be filmed.
Well, personal training, like there's a reason they ask for personal training.
Yes, they're
Closer to-
private.
yeah,
Exactly.
which is fine.
Exactly. So it's funny. Like I know that I seem more maybe like a boot camp gal, but private training is like personal training is my main.
I'm the same.
My main thing, but it seems like I do more boot camps, but I love that. That's fine. So I think one of my personal training clients nominated me, and then I shared the link to my story, posted it, but I shared it once. I posted it once because I didn't want to like post it every day and then like look like I'm trying so hard to win and then not win, right? Like I know that speaks a little bit maybe to, I do believe in myself, but maybe there was just more recognized people nominated.
Well, clearly not. You won.
Well, and so that's why like I say I'm shocked, and I don't mean to come off like, wow, I'm shocked because I'm not. I know I'm the best personal trainer. I know I'm the best, but other people know it, and I just didn't know that.
If anything, that's more rewarding for you.
Exactly.
Right.
So I didn't really promote it too much. Like I told my clients, told my family.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you
go vote if you have nothing to do.
Yes.
And then so when I got the email, then I got the phone call that I won. I literally was like, what?
Yeah.
Me?
Did you cry? Did you tear up?
I teared up.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think I more teared up when I was showing because I found out in the morning and I waited for my husband to get off at work, and then I came home. I work nights, so I came home at night at like 9:30, and then I told him. So I think I teared up then because he was like, "Oh my god, so he was so supportive."
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Maybe I did on my own. I don't know, but I definitely was really shocked, and I don't mean that to say like because I don't think I'm good enough. There was just a lot of like well-known and that have been established a little bit longer, and. So yeah, I was shocked.
That's good though. I'm happy. When I found out, I was super happy for you. So
you did. You reached out. Thank you. That was sweet.
We always talk here and there. I check up on you.
Yeah, I check in on you. You check in on me a little bit better though. You're sweet with that.
That's true. Oh, yeah, guys. So I'm gonna put you a little bit on the hot seat right now. Okay.
Hey.
So, why are you the number one personal trainer in Newmarket? What do you think makes you so different from everybody else?
I think because I care. I care so much. Honestly, I can't believe how much we get to charge and when I found it, like when I first started training friends, I was charging $20 an hour.
Oh shit.
I was charging $20 an hour.
That's okay. I was charging 25.
Right. Okay. So you know what I mean? Because you don't know if you're worth it. You don't know, like, can I charge 50? Can I charge 60? Can I charge 70? That's wild. That's over $1 a minute. I would never pay $1 a minute for any service.
Oh shit.
I'm frugal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I would go on YouTube and look up a workout. Like I'm like, I can't believe it. But then I see why people pay. They pay for the accountability. I think that I'm checking in on them outside of our sessions. And I see like we set our goals. And man, when my clients like get on that scale and it starts doing its circle and starts telling, and I don't care about the pounds. I more care about the body fat and all that stuff. I'm more like fingers crossed, like please, please, please let them hit it because they've been working their ass off. Like please let them hit it. I'm just so invested.
Yeah, no, I know that.
I'm just so invested. Like the workouts are great. I think I give great workouts. I don't know if they're not world renowned. I'm not doing anything crazy out of the box. At the end of the day, I'm still doing deadlift, squats, pull-ups, whatever. But I think it's the care that comes with it.
Yeah, I think to add to what you say, I think what makes you so good is what you do beyond the gym.
Thank you. That's so nice.
Well, it's true.
Thank you.
But I think it's just because you care so much. Like I don't know, but I would imagine that you're the kind of person who's like, hey, girl or guy, like just making sure you hit that water today.
Oh.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Did you read my phone?
No, that's a little weird if I did.
Did you go through my texts?
Okay, you caught me. You caught me. But I just feel like you're that type of person.
I wake up, I see who I need to check in with. Every day it's different people. I go to bed sometimes before night. I say, hey, got your weigh in tomorrow. Like,
make sure you have some good habits today.
Yeah. That's definitely me. That is definitely
and I know that about you.
Yeah. Hey, the water. I love that you said water because that is just like so key. I'm always preaching water. But yeah, I'm always, hey, drink your water. Hey, make sure you have your protein shake. Hey, like.
So, when you do your thing,
Do your thing.
do you have like challenges and stuff like that?
Yes.
So, what are your challenges?
Challenges. So I don't do them every month because I know it can get a little bit like
You're
repetitive.
like, oh, challenge this
you
time,
know,
challenge this time.
right?
Yeah.
But because I have a scale that can tell like your water, your protein, your muscle mass, your age, your visceral fat, all of that stuff, it's kind of easy for me to run different challenges. I never, ever, ever do weight loss.
good.
Ever. I never do pounds. I don't care about that number on the scale. I don't. So I do body fat challenges. So percentage, muscle mass, who can put on the most muscle. I like to convert it to percentage. Who can put on the most water, protein, who can get their visceral fat down, their subcutaneous fat down. Like I'm really like trying to do other things than just pounds. So yeah, or who can go on the most walks outside of boot camps, and then we have a little app and you can check in if you did a walk or, and it's just a great way to motivate people. And so I'll do like, if you win, you get half off your boot camp, or you get, a personal training session free. And then I started giving my girls, gear. So if they win a challenge,
got a
they
little
get
swag.
a little t-shirt
Yeah,
or a
you gave me a little
hoodie.
swag here.
Yeah,
I love
gift you
it.
with one. And it just motivates them and just makes it fun. And then when it's weigh-in time, everyone's like, oh, okay, my time to weigh in. And I don't know, it's kind of like Biggest Losers. What is it? Biggest Loser? Which is, I watched that from like as a kid.
I loved it.
I think that was subconsciously like, is this why I want to be a trainer? Like I watched Jillian and I was like, I want to be that. I want to, even though I'm polar opposite.
Yeah.
I'm polar opposite. I'm so nice.
You're nice. You're sweet.
But I learned that you can be motivational in other ways. You don't have to be making your clients puke and whatever.
Yeah, I know. I'm not like that either.
Yeah.
Like, I see these personal trainers who are like, if they die, they die. And I'm like, well, no, let's not kill them now.
No.
Like, I need you to put, like, if this is a line of death, I need you to be here.
Yeah.
So you can regain and then push a little further.
Exactly.
Regain and push a little further.
Exactly. So, yeah, Biggest Loser. Really, like I saw, they're really motivated by like challenges and everything like that. So I kind of like took that and kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they're motivated without challenges. Don't get me wrong, but it kind
It's
of
just something else, right?
Yeah, and then you get to save half off and all that stuff. It's like nice
true.
incentive.
That's not bad.
Save a little money while you lose a little body fat.
Yeah, that's
Get a little
not
healthy,
too bad.
right?
So
That's
with the
good,
challenges, do you help them out with nutrition too?
So, you know that it's a fine line between you have to always claim you're not a nutritionist.
Always
right?
You get sued.
And nutritionists like hate when trainers give like plans, but I tell everyone
You give a guideline.
You got it. I give a guideline.
Yeah.
Not to say if someone says, hey, can I have a meal plan? Like, will you make me one? Of course, they know I'm not a certified nutritionist.
You always say, hey, girl.
And I don't try to come off as a nutritionist. I just say, hey, this is what works for me. This is what works in general. Here's my knowledge, So yeah, I definitely try to help in that way and try to get them all in like a protein shake or something like that if I see, because a lot of people's proteins are low.
Super low.
How
How many grams of protein do you try to take today?
I try to get
every day.
Sorry,
guys.
I try to get at least half my body weight. So I'm trying to get at least like 65-ish grams of protein a day. But I'm not a calorie counter. I'm not a protein counter. Some days I'm not going to have a protein shake today. I'm not feeling it. I just won't. But tomorrow I will. And then, all throughout the week I will. And, but yeah, I just find a lot of times the bigger you are, the less protein you have. And protein's so good with helping to eat that fat and everything like that. So I'm always trying to encourage protein.
Well, the more
to help with weight loss.
Well, for sure, because the more protein you have, the more full you'll feel.
Exactly.
Right? So you're less of you binging.
Yeah.
Like
and the more, your muscles will like eat your fat. And sometimes I feel like protein has a rep of like, you're going to look big and bulky and shredded. And so a lot of my clients are like, no. And I'm like, but you need muscle to eat.
Have you dealt with that? Some people, because there's, I don't know why, but there's still that stigma with females. Like if they weight train, all of a sudden they look like Arnold.
Oh, I'm
like, if I weight train, I still don't look like Arnold.
So I will say like, that's why I fell in love with strength training, because I've a little bit cooled off just because I run my own business now. I honestly work out way less than I ever had. Well, way less than I used to.
Mm-hmm. But would you say you're more efficient with your workouts now?
I'm more efficient.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't have 2 hours to spend at the gym anymore. You know what I mean? I'm getting a quick 45 in before my client, or my client, is done at 9. I'm getting a quick workout in, coming home.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not a 2 hour plus an extra sauna and shower and, the whole spa experience. So with my workouts, I'm definitely working out less, but I'm trying to definitely be more effective for sure with my workouts.
So weight training for females, have you found a client that's like, oh, I don't want to weight train. I don't get too strong,
I would say
big.
a lot of them do push back. Like when I'm like, okay, so we're going to try some deadlifting. And we'll always start with like a heavier kettlebell, and then we'll move into
progressions.
And then when we can move on to the Olympic bar with just some 10-pound bumper plates, 65 pounds, which most people can do, like a lot of people can do. It looks so much more intimidating, right? But that's what I fell in love with. Like I fell in love with seeing how strong I could get, but while remaining lean. And people would be shocked. Like we'd be working out, he'd be squatting me, or I'd be deadlifting alone. I don't need a spotter for deadlift. And guys would be watching. And I know it's not because they're not checking me out. I don't look hot at the gym at all. But it's because they're thinking, how the hell is this slim girl lifting that? And so I loved that. I loved showing like you can be slim and still be strong. You don't have to be bulky. You don't have to be like, bulky or whatever.
I like how this is bulky.
Like bulky, whatever,
This is bulky.
You don't have to be that though. Like you can still be slim and you can still be, small and powerful and strong. And so that's why I have my 70-year-olds deadlifting. I have my 16-year-olds deadlifting. I have, you know what I mean? And so, I think women definitely give a little bit more pushback. I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to get bulky. And then I just explain to them, it's not, you're going to get bulky if you're lifting, like, if you're doing like 5x5s and having like protein like out of your ass,
Yeah. I hear you. That's different. Yeah.
So I think education is huge.
Huge.
And all of my clients now, they love lifting, and they're all seeing they're getting trim and toned and not getting big and bulky. Unless that's what they want. And I do have some that want that. And I do have guys that want that. And we do achieve that. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with your clients and stuff like that, with your accountability challenges that you do, what is something you make sure that they have to get in with your accountability challenges?
They need to definitely get 2 workouts in minimum.
Yeah. And the second workout can be just like 3K walk, 5K walk.
2 at the studio.
2. Oh, really?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's accountability. Like you're paying a membership. So you should use it. I do have some people on punch card, and I will say I know that being on a punch card you're not going to be as motivated because you only pay for what you use. Whereas the boot campers are like paying X amount for if they work out once, if they work out none, if they work out 1,000 times, right? So definitely showing up at least twice. But I would say all of my clients, my boot campers, are 4 times a week minimum. For sure. And then a lot of them come on this, I do Saturday mornings, and a lot of them come Saturday. So for sure, coming in 2 times a week and then getting that 3rd workout in on your own. Whether if you want to come in and make my boot camps your 3rd or my studio your 3rd, but getting it in on your own, a walk, a run, a quick hit on YouTube. I mean, there's so many free workouts online.
Yeah, we're definitely in the era of free content now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little wild.
I have a lot of people like, oh, post your stuff on YouTube and everything, but that's like there's a fine line. Like I'm not a content creator. I have like 6,000 followers on Instagram, but I don't have a ton of likes on each post. I don't have a ton of views. Like, I don't care. I just want to show my studio. I want to show off my clients. Like, I barely post selfies. I barely post anything about me.
Which is fine because
it's about them. It's about the studio, right? So, like going on YouTube and all that for video, like I don't need that. I don't need to become like YouTube famous or social media famous.
Yeah.
I just want people, if they Google Newmarket gym, workout, whatever, I just want to come up. That's all.
That's fair.
That's all I want.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So for a person that is upcoming right now as a personal trainer, right? And they're trying to get through that grind.
Yes.
Let's say she's a female, right? Well, what are three advices that you would give to an upcoming personal trainer right now? Since you're a vet. I can call you a vet now, eh?
Can you?
Yeah, you're a vet.
I mean, I guess so.
You got the crown.
I guess.
You got the crown.
So
what are 3 pieces of advice you would give an upcoming trainer? Oh, my bad.
Oh. Good question. I would say like stay true to yourself because the industry will definitely try to change you. It'll definitely try to, sexualize you or just make you wear things or do things that you wouldn't really do as yourself. So I would say like really stay true to yourself. I would say know your niche. Know like what you really want to like hone in on. Like, do you want to, and you can do it all. Like I do weight loss, I do muscle gain, I do strength training, I do prenatal, I do post, right? I do all of that. But I really think like narrowing down and like finding like what's your biggest strength and then kind of people kind of get to know you for that, like she's great with moms. She's great with strength training. I think really getting to know that. And then the third, I would say, that's a good question. Just be invested. Like just really be invested. Know that they're paying a lot of money and they're trusting you. And this money could go to their kids. It could go to their hair. It could go to their mortgage, but they're choosing to spend it on you. They're choosing to spend it on you when they could get this for free online.
It's true.
But they know that they need you in a sense. So know that these people are looking at you kind of like a lifeline. Because why would they be paying this money if it was not really a lifeline, right? Or if it wasn't something for their sanity or for their physical or whatever. So be invested.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that question. That was good.
That was a good question.
Really got me thinking.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So what is next for you? What is next for PGS?
PGS Fitness.
Fitness.
It's a good question. The good question. I definitely want to grow. I had a few people reach out and they were like, hey, do you have any studios in Toronto or whatever? So expanding would be amazing. I would say hiring some trainers under me. I train virtually in the mornings and then I get to the studio at like noon or 1. So maybe finding some trainers that I can really trust and can run some morning classes and can do some morning trainers or some morning clients. And I guess like hiring staff, which is wild to say. And then, maybe like expanding, either having more locations or just growing my current location. But just being a boss and never.
Boss. You are a boss, girl.
Never having to go back to having a boss, which is.
This is awesome.
It's sometimes I'm like, I can't even imagine ever having I can't ever have a boss, I don't think. Like,
that's okay.
Which is crazy. At one point, I'd look at my phone, I'd always have a message, oh my God, my boss. And now it's just like, I don't work for anybody. It's so nice. But it's so funny, like working for yourself, you really are, you're so much more motivated, you're so much more invested. And maybe that is why I'm so invested because it's my livelihood. Like
if you don't work, then. Right.
And I'm not at mom and dad's anymore. I have my,
You're a big girl.
I got bills to pay.
Oh shit.
I got bills to pay. So,
oh my gosh.
So yeah, I think just expanding the team opening more locations.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Thank you for the sweater.
Too.
Thank you for being on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Where can they find you on social media?
Okay, so you can go onto Instagram at PGS Fitness _. I'm getting a website in the works right now. It's funny, I didn't really want to do a website, but I know it really makes you look more professional, and word of mouth is like so my thing, and Instagram. But I know that like I gotta get my website back just for the old school, So I'll do a website, and I'm on Facebook, just page PGS Fitness is you can just type in page PGS Fitness. And I'm sponsored by Goalie. So if anyone wants to get Goalie berries,
Sponsored
which
by
is
Goalie.
apple cider vinegar berries. They also have like bites and all that. My code is PGS Fitness. You can save 35%. And
35%?
35% for
That's
this
so much.
weekend.
Usually it's
For this
15.
weekend, and then it goes down to 15.
I was
But
just
then
like,
I'll
get that
but then
shit
there will
this
be
weekend.
for this weekend and I think next weekend too. It'll
Okay, you
for
got
the
2
long
weekends,
weekend.
guys.
Yeah, it'll be 35% off anything you want from there. And yeah, that's kind of it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me. My first podcast.
Is it? Yeah.
How'd I do?
Amazing. Put down
My
in the
nerves went
comments how
away
she
real
did. I think she
quick.
did amazing.
Maybe it's the drink. I don't know.
No, it's definitely the
Yeah, definitely.
But congratulations on being
Thank
number
you.
one personal trainer in
Thank
Newmarket.
you, Norm. Thank
Next
you.
year, double champ. You'll do it
Double.
again. You'll do it
Hopefully,
again.
yes.
We are done.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Thank you, guys.